maybe 10 runs and over, 9 runs and over. 10 runs and over, they'll get to about 170. But they'll be aiming for more. They'll be definitely aiming for more. If they keep wickets in hand when they get to the 15th over, somebody like a Hardik Pandya comes in, they'll really look for 200. 78 for 1.
जिंदगी से शेयर्स खरीदो और बेचो, प्रॉफिट बनाओ, पैसे कमाते जाओ। स्टॉक ट्रेडिंग इतनी सिंपल। वाओ! डाउनलोड जिंदगी ऐप नाउ।
नेमत कुकिंग ऑयल से बना हर खाना है अपनायत और ग़िज़ायत से भरा, क्योंकि नेमत से जिंदगी।
ओमेगा इनक्लेव फैसलाबाद जल्द आ रहा है।
मजबूत सफर महफूज।
State Life Insurance Corporation of Pakistan.
With new Blesso bleach cream, पाओ सितारों जैसी glow.
We had a little bit in the afternoon. That's gone away now. Beautiful at the moment in Sydney. There's Fred Clarkson. Still the inside edge onto pad. No, there wasn't. It was pad. Virat Kohli was alert to the possibility of stealing one.
Always. We saw that in the game against Pakistan, how he was from the non-strikers then taking the ones and the twos. 52 of 37 for Rohit Sharma. Strike rate of 140 plus. And that is such a good sign for India. That their skippers got the runs, got a half century.
We've got a big match coming up in Perth against South Africa. Had a very, very easy win over Bangladesh today. Earlier today, Henrik Nokia did what he does best. Just ran it and bowled fast. Fast, bowled straight. Very different pace at the moment from Clarkson, who's actually taking pace off the ball. Fantasy points for Riley Russo. Who's got 100, of course, then Henrik Nokia 150 points. Quinton de Kock was pretty good too early at the start. There is a field with the deep, so 2 with these big boundaries. There's always one for the throw actually on these boundaries, easily always one for the throw.
Yeah, so the ball goes even 5 or 6 meters away on either side. The quick runners will look for the second run, the extra run. But there's a long bottom position and a deep mid wicket and a deep square leg. So the leg side packed. Every ball, they've made it count for some runs. But a boundary still hasn't come in. 1 ball left, 6 runs so far.
Yes, only 5 fours and 3 sixes for India. 8 in Australia normally get about 15, 16 an innings. South Africa today, of course, are playing on a different plane with Russo and Quinton de Kock, but just feathering the stands with 6s. Now Rohit Sharma, this time the catch is taken. Looking to go on the onside. There were 4 fielders in a ring on the boundary. One of them was found. Shortly after he completed half century, it's time for him to go. Colin Ackerman was the catcher.
So this was not going to be an easy catch to take because the angle of the ball outside the off stump. So to take some real power or great timing to clear the fielder. Didn't quite get it. And this time he done escaped. But he's played a fine innings, the Indian skipper. He's gone for 53 and India have lost their second wicket for 84.
मतलब डैंड्रफ वापस? कल ही तो शैम्पू किया था।
ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर्स, इसका बाकायदा इस्तेमाल करें खुश्की के जर्म्स पर असर 100% तक। खुश्की मिटाए, कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
जिंदगी से अपनी सेविंग्स म्यूचुअल फंड्स में लगाओ, बेस्ट रिटर्न पाते जाओ। इन्वेस्टमेंट इतनी सिंपल। वाओ, डाउनलोड जिंदगी ऐप नाउ।
पेश है नया जिलेट ब्लू 3 फ्लेक्सी, अब सुपर लॉक पैक में।
फीलिंग अलाइव, वो फीलिंग जो शाइनेस को साइड पे करके आती है।
नेस्ले, गुड फूड गुड लाइफ।
जोंग वीकली प्रो लगाएं और डिजिटल हो जाए। 40 GB डेटा, 250 अदर नेटवर्क मिनट्स, सिर्फ 399 रुपए में पूरा हफ्ता। जोंग 4G।
हम सके ना जो बने वो तूफान, आजा बने वो तूफान। सारा खून पसीना और ये जान जुनून के नाम।
With new Blesso Bleach Cream, पाव सितारों जैसी ग्लो।
His powers, you would imagine. Kohli goes straight down the ground. It's an area of the ground that he prefers. It's also tactically a very good part of the ground to hit. First boundary for Virat Kohli.
Just beginning to open up now. With Rohit Sharma gone, Kohli now taking the responsibility of trying to push the score along, I beg your pardon, and nicely executed.
It's an interesting little pattern developing to Virat Kohli. Just post the Asia Cup, you saw Virat Kohli coming in and you thought he was trying to hit the leather off every ball. He was going for it straight away. It was a new approach. India wanted to play like that. Everyone going hard at the top. First 10 balls he'd strike at 123. Then it would slip sometimes to about 115. Post the Asia Cup, I think he's just gone back to knowing who he was best. It's the Rohit Sharma dismissal. These are very long boundaries. I don't think he's got hold of that. It was a mixed kind of innings, wasn't it? He timed some beautifully, some others not so well. But he found a way to score 53 of 39.
Yes, he's not been in the best of touch, and therefore one can understand that the batting, his innings today was a mixture of a bit of luck and some top-class shot making. Suryakumar Yadav, who is in tremendous form, and what was very nice to see, and I believe it should happen in every format of the game, is he was at the crease even before Sharma had left the ground. Even before Sharma had crossed the boundary line, Suryakumar Yadav was at the crease.
Crossed well inside the 30-yard circle.
And that's it. So if that keeps on happening in every format of the game, you won't have these overs going beyond the scheduled close of time, or maybe just a little bit. Well, that's something that should be encouraged by everybody.
He's actually called for 2, Virat Kohli. They're actually going to compete it. That is outstanding running. Suryakumar Yadav had a bit of a chase. I think initially, once Virat had played the shot, only he knew how he had timed the ball. He called for 2 straight away.
Yes, he knew that he just pushed it. You can see that he's taken the pace of the bottom hand and therefore wanted to go for the second. And Suryakumar Yadav responding.
Just to complete the story, since the Asia Cup, I think Virat Kohli has gone back to what he does best. He's taking his time. First 10 balls he's striking at 89, but strike rate after that is 167. And in many ways, this year's World Cup is going back to how it used to be. Give yourself a little bit of time, because 160 is turning out to be a pretty good score so far. You don't know what will happen as you go along, but so far 160 is not bad. They'll want to get a little bit more than that. They've got 7 overs in hand. They'll sneak another single in with 2 very, very busy players in, and they get an overthrow too. The supreme fitness of Virat Kohli that's getting to charge across the stumps. It's 95 for 2.
0 पर
When your closest merchandise outlet around
Where the ball had gone, but as soon as it went past the wicketkeeper, Kohli responded. This is the big plus.
New always 0% leak worries, 0% odor worries, 100% herbal freshness.
जिंदगी से अपनी सेविंग्स म्यूचुअल फंड्स में लगाओ, बेस्ट रिटर्न पाते जाओ। इन्वेस्टमेंट इतनी सिंपल। वाओ, डाउनलोड जिंदगी ऐप नाउ।
ये शीशा नहीं जुड़ने वाला, लेकिन क्यों? आसिफ अली ने शॉट मारा था।
रुखसाना आंटी के लिए आसिफ अली से टूटे शीशे की सीधी सादी खुशी है सुपर।
1 for 13, got the way of K. Rahul. Today for Rohit Sharma, including that trademark hook shot for 6. And the ball was short. He's striking at 210. Give it to me short, he says, because he just loves playing the pull shot, the hook shot. Doesn't try to keep it down, backs himself to clear the biggest of boundaries. Surya Kumar Yadav finds the gap. Must be a great time in life. When you're timing the ball so well, you're finding the gaps early. 100 comes up.
And the bowler's entitled to think it wasn't such a bad delivery, but look at the way he's moved across towards the off stump. And he's just helped it along. Because he moved away towards the off stump, he was able to just flick it across.
Actually not a bad part of the ground to hit, because the boundaries behind the wicket will always be a little shorter, and increasingly these days I think the V is not where it was when you were batting. The V tends to get formed from third man to fine leg sometimes. So the area that he had there in which to play that shot. Now the cover drive, it's a regal shot.
Magnificent, absolutely terrific, this shot. He's now the leading run scorer in T20 internationals this year. He goes past Mohammad Rizwan's tally of 825 runs.
I've seen this 1-2 more than once, where he plays the pickup shot on the onside, and then the bowler starts with, okay, let me move my line, but he's got a shot there too, which is the cover drive in this case. He's always getting off to a quick start. You don't know how many he'll end up making, but you know he'll get a quick start.
Now, that's got him into trouble against Pakistan, because you can see he's cramped for room with that short delivery. There was a deep third man as well. Got out against Pakistan, trying to play the uppercut. And here again, you can see just a little bit cramped for room.
And third man's pretty fine too. He's not sort of traditional 45. Maybe he thought he could get it just over the keeper. There's never a fielder there. 9 of this over so far, 2 to go. Overs after this, Surya Kumar Yadav said Virat Kohli gets a move on. Hardik Pandya, Dinesh Karthik to come. He could be looking at 170, 175. And you'd imagine 175 should be good enough. There it is. Beautiful. Just setting over Sydney. This T20 World Cup, you've seen some fabulous cricket. Just hope the rain stays away. Stay away, rain. Oh, good ball. Very good ball. 11 of the over, 106 for 2.
इसी मैच में तो मुझे आउट किया था नसीम शाह ने। नहीं
इनके लिए तो नसीम शाह से आउट होने की सीधी सादी खुशी है।
मैं इसका एक पिक्चर लूंगा। थम सके ना जो बने वो तूफान, आजा बने वो तूफान। सारा खून पसीना और ये जान जनून के नाम।
हमारा रहबर सबसे बेहतर।
और किसी क्वालिटी पे नजर क्यों जाए?
केयर हनी लोशन
40 से ज्यादा ममालिक में एक्सपोर्ट होने वाला पाकिस्तान नंबर 1 एक्सपोर्ट टायर ब्रांड सर्विस.
There they were sitting in the stand. It's not in their control, cheering the UAE on. This ball's the boundary. Riley Russo today was fantastic. Surya Kumar Yadav just in second place, taking marginally longer, 3.7 balls. There they were sitting watching David Villa trying to win the game for Namibia. It all came down to that one hit. It must have been a 78-80 meter hit from Villa. But the straight boundaries were so long that it ended up being a catch. The tide turned. Namibia lost that game, much to their great disappointment. The UAE winning it, of course, and then the Dutch coming into qualifying through stage one. Meter boundaries. What a good way to play T20 cricket. Sometimes when you're playing so well, can you almost believe you're invincible, that you can...
He's very high. He's seeing where the fielders are. And that's why he's moving around the crease to be able to try and target the onside. 3 fielders in the deep on the onside as well. There's a deep fine leg, there's a deep square leg, and there's a long on.
Huge area between deep square and long on. That's what he does so well. That is his great strength, just playing with the field as he has done there.
Yes, absolutely. It's the bowler think at the last moment, what is he doing? Is he going to go outside the off stump? And then when the ball is angled into his pads because he's moved towards the off stump, then this shot becomes a lot easier.
It's a boundary in the first half of the over, right? It's causing a lot of changes in the field. Now this man going out to deep mid-wicket, try and plug that big gap between deep square and long on, and so third man comes in. Logan van Beek, what's your line going to be? Third man, third and backward point, both inside the circle. Single. Anything you've seen to suggest what a good score would be?
I think India should be looking to aim for at least 180. At the current rate, they'll get to 153. At 10 and over, they'll get to 165. But they've got to look at maybe 12 runs and over from now on.
You'd expect Virat Kohli to get a move on as well. 30 of 29 so far. Getting into the last 5 overs. Almost that. It's a significant one. Right, long off has been sent back. Wonderful to see how Virat Kohli, Surya Kumar Yadav playing that onside field. 8 of the over, 114 for 2.
फैसल इस्लामी, पाकिस्तान का बेहतरीन इस्लामी बैंक।
मैं हूं शाहीन अफरीदी और मेरा बैंक है फैसल इस्लामी।
फैसल इस्लामी, बढ़ो यकीन के साथ।
KNNs, ताकि आपके प्यारों को मिलती रहे सेफ एंड हेल्दी चिकन।
Effortless, contactless. Tap into convenience with GS credit cards.
और किसी पे नजर क्यों जाए?
केयर हनी लोशन।
आज उछाली हुई बॉल बने कल जीत की पहचान। ऐसे टैलेंट को बढ़ाने में साथ दे रहे हैं थ्रू द इंग्रो वॉलीबॉल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम।
हम सके ना जो बने वो तूफान, आजा बने वो तूफान। सारा खून है पसीना और ये जान जुनून के नाम।
Make sure you cut off every single opportunity to restrict the scoring.
Yes, and because of the lack of exposure, important you stick to your limitations, and then try and execute those plans what you're good at well.
You also realise this could be one of the biggest occasions for Netherlands cricket. I mean, this is probably the biggest crowd some of these players have ever played in front of. So the adrenaline, everything will be pumping through the body as they're out there trying to perform.
Excellent effort, not good enough, but that's how he plays Surya Kumar.
It's placement supreme, isn't it? I mean, you had three of the Dutch fielders gathering to one particular spot, and it just dribbles over the line, goes away to the boundary.
So we've talked many times about how is the onside well. That's why you've got 4 fielders patrolling the onside boundary. Oh, that's a tremendous shot. Again, onside is packed. Just gives himself a little bit of room. And a proper cricketing shot.
Yeah, nicely played, burst through the inner fielder's hands. The timing was superb. He loves that extra cover area in Surya Kumar, particularly when you're full. Just clears that front foot. Opens up the offside, and the placement is really good. They'll be disappointed with that fielding. It's Pringle again. I think he's had a bit of a hard time in the field tonight.
There's 2 boundaries to start off for Bastilleid.
Yeah, it's interesting, Robbie. I mean, as a fast bowler, you sit and you think, what are your options to Surya Kumar Yadav? Because he scores in many ways.